Right, is 75 Day Hard worth doing? In my opinion, 100% yes. I really believe it's one of the greatest challenges you could do to help give you the greatest kick up the backside, to help instill health and fitness into your lifestyle naturally. And then once you completed it, you'll naturally do health and fitness a lot more than when you first started. And you wouldn't have to ask anyone else, you wouldn't have to ask anyone to give you a kick up the backside. Now, when a lot of people do this, they won't succeed the first time and they'll stop at that first hurdle and never continue. But when you understand your body, the psychology side of it, your willpower and stuff like that, you understand how to tackle this and how it can benefit you greater. So I'll explain my experience, I'll explain exactly what 75 Day Hard is. I'll also talk about if you do fail, it's not a bad thing and why you need to keep continue. So 75 Day Hard, it is a challenge, real simple, and it's got simple rules. You've got to exercise twice a day, every day for 75 days. You've got to drink 2 litres of water. You have to read 10 pages of the book. You have to, there's something else, I can't remember what, no alcohol, and the lights off. Now, in this challenge, if you don't complete a day, you've got to go backwards and start from day one and continue it again. And so when people do this, and they'll go through it and they'll do it, and on the 8th day, they do very well, but on the 8th day, they don't complete one of the activities and they fail. And realistically, they have to go back to day one. But a lot of people just continued like normal, or they just stop completely because they think they can't continue it. But your body is a muscle, your mind is a muscle, and you've got to work with it. So your body, let's talk about the willpower, because the willpower is the biggest thing towards this, is like a fuel tank. So if you've got a fuel tank, there's only a certain amount of fuel that you can put into that tank, and when it's gone, it's gone. So with people, everyone has a certain size of a fuel tank, but a willpower tank. And when that willpower tank is empty, they will stop. Their body just will not allow them to continue. They will not allow them to continue the exercise, not allow them to continue, following a plan, or they'll end up drinking alcohol. But what happens when you do something like this? Let's say you started out and you're very new and you've got a low level of willpower. You'll do this for like 7 days, and at the end of the 7 days, your willpower tank is completely empty, and it won't allow you to continue to the 8th day, which is fine. So what you do, you have a little break, a small little break, and it could be 2 days, it could be 3 days, but then you plan to go back to it, and you go back to day one, even though it's daunting on the mind. But when you go back to day one, because you've done it for 7 days, you've expanded that willpower tank, and you'll be able to last a little longer. And the next time you do it, you might be able to last for 14 days. And after the 14th day, on the 15th day, your willpower is going to be completely gone, and it won't allow you to continue. And then again, you do the same thing. You have a little break. You might have 2 or 3 days, and then you go back, revisit it. And then you go back to day one, and you might be able to go 4 weeks. And after the 4 weeks, the 28th day, on the 29th day, your willpower's like, nah, I'm done, I'm out. And then you have a little break again, and you continue. Now, the reason, if you understand this, because it's more than just willpower, because if someone starts this and they've got no level of fitness whatsoever, and they do this from off the bat, your body's not going to be able to handle it. Your body's going to be able to need to repair. So like after the 14th day, your body's like, I'm done. So having that small little break, like 3 or 4 days, it's repairing your body, re-energizing your body. So when you go back to do it, your body's going to be stronger to be able to handle more, and you're going to be psychologically stronger. Willpower tank is expanded. And this is the same with nutrition. So when people go on a nutrition plan, they start a nutrition plan. When they first started, they might be able to follow it for 3 weeks, but after 3 weeks, they have an internal parachute and it pulls it, and it doesn't allow you to continue because that willpower won't allow you to continue. And what people need to do, they need to have a little break, they need to go back onto that nutrition plan and continue it, and they'll be able to last like 6 weeks or so forth. And if you're doing a nutrition plan that's helping you have a healthier lifestyle, so you're trying to condition yourself from an unhealthy way of eating to healthy way of eating, that's the pattern you do. So you do it for as long as you can, you have a little break, you go back into it, you'll be able to do it longer, then you have a little break, you do it a little longer, and it'll get to the point where you won't need to have no more breaks, and you'll be able to complete it fluently without problem. And I'll give you my experience, okay? So I'm a personal trainer. I've been in the British Army, I've been in the US Army, I've been training since I was 16 years old, and I'm a normal person. So my fitness level goes up and then it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. But when it goes down, I need to catch it and do something. So I'll give you an example. I run a gym, I own a gym. I come to a gym every single day. I train people most days. And so over the last year, I always exercise, but sometimes I'll exercise, exercise 3 days a week, sometimes 2 days a week, and then sometimes I might even not exercise a week. And then I realised my fitness is dipping and I need to grab it by the horns and do something about it. So I've put myself through the 75-day hard. Now, I'm not overly worried about my nutrition. I'm quite happy with my nutrition. All I wanted to focus on was my exercising, giving that a kick at the backside. So I didn't do the nutrition side. I just done the exercising. So I'm exercising once a day, every day, for 75 days. Now, I've been doing this and I'm just a little over 4 weeks of doing it. And Sunday, I done with it, and the Monday, done nothing. My willpower, just like, and I was being lazy, I was being ill-disciplined or not very disciplined, I was being weak in the mind, my body was sore and hurt, and it needed repair, and I pulled a parachute. And so Monday, I'd done nothing. And I knew I needed to give myself a little rest, recuperate, and in my head, I was like, I've got to start day one again. So I was like, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this week off, have the whole week off. I'm walking still doing a bit of exercising, but very, very, very light little exercising. And then I'm going to be starting again. But I'm going to be starting right back on day one again and go through that whole process, because I know I'm going to go a lot further. But if I keep doing it, hopefully I'll last a lot longer. I should last about 2 months this time, maybe a little bit longer, and maybe push for the 75-day. But if I don't, I'll repeat the whole cycle. And if I could, even if this takes me a year to complete, by the end of the year, my fitness level is going to be so much higher. I'm going to be conditioned to be exercising naturally, and I'll naturally exercise most days out of the week because of doing something like this. So this challenge here, 75-day hard, I think is an incredible tool. But when you understand the psychology of it and how your body works and how your mind works and how your willpower works, then when you fail at something like this, or a nutrition plan, or you come to a fitness place like this, you understand it's fine, absolutely fine. You've got to work with your body, have a little break, don't have too much of a break, don't allow it to be an excuse, and you get right back in the wagon and you just try a little bit more and do a bit more the next time, and you'll last longer. And if you keep doing it, sooner or later your mind will just switch and you'll turn into like a little robot, and you'll be a fitness fanatic, and it'll be a part of your life forever. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.